We have a lot of hiking trails. We're surrounded by Mark Twain National Forest.
Mm.
We have a pretty big mountain biking community here that keeps part of the Ozark Trail cleared for mountain biking. We have horseback riding on the trail as well. That group has also established a mountain biking trail in one of our city parks, and they do a weekly ride on Thursdays and love to have people join them. But then, yeah, the getting out, getting on the rivers, and then we also have you can travel and see 11 historic water mills around,
Hmm.
and it's just a neat part of history. It's something that I think anybody of all ages, when you start really diving into that history of those mills and towns that are just totally disappeared, that used to be thriving and a center part of their community. It's really neat to kind of dig into that and see that history.
I love hidden gems. I love finding them. And there was a study I was reading that said even if parents take the kids, I think it was twice a year, get them
Mhm.
out of the house to somewhere near or close to within their state, that their mental health when they get
Oh,
older is like 60 or 70% better or something like that. It's because we're so used to, we're all on our devices.
right.
And I think that it's time that the only way we're going to get out of this mental health issue crisis is to reconnect, whether it's with our family, and or your parents or your friends. We need to get out and connect. And I think this is a great way to do it. I love the idea of taking kids, hiking and
Mhm.
then showing them some of the history. And then I also love the idea of going with some of my girlfriends to go have like a girls' shopping spa day kind of a thing, or
Right.
overnight.
Right. Yeah, and we can definitely help you with all of those different things. We have some beautiful hiking trails, and where you end up is just amazing. One of my favorites is hiking down to Greer Spring. It's a little bit less than a mile hike. Going down a breeze, coming back up is a little bit more difficult. But it is the second largest spring in Missouri, which is just
Wow.
Big Spring, which is one of the largest springs in the world.
Mhm.
So it's
Wow.
massive spring that is in the bottom of this ravine. So it's a very small space that all this water is coming out, but it's breathtaking any time of the year. I mean, you don't have to just visit in the summer. Fall hikes, fall motorcycle rides on our curvy highways that we have around here are great. I love to, even when it snows, we get out and go down and to the different mills and the springs because it's beautiful in the snow. And so there's a lot of outdoor things to do and a lot of history to discover. There's also a lot of history to discover right here in West Plains.
Hmm.
We've had some unique situations. We had a historic marker put up a couple years ago for Polly, the parrot. Uh,
Hmm.
she spoke like to have visitors and sing along when somebody played the piano, and she is a non-human that's buried in our city cemetery.
Aw.
As far as we know, the only non-human that's buried in the cemetery
That you
uh,
know of.
that we know of. Yes. And then, kind of more on the tragic side, in 1928, so we're coming up on almost that 100-year anniversary of the Bond dance hall explosion.
Hmm.
Um, there were 38 people killed, several injured. It was kind of a really changing part of West Plains history because there were so many young, upcoming, prominent people that were killed in that. And to this day, that is a mystery that's not solved.
Wow. See,
Um,
I love learning about that kind of stuff and history, and it's what makes a community, that kind of
right.
stuff. Yeah.